Howdy folks, Bodine52! Hope you are well. I am out and about today, and I wanted to talk to you about, I think I'm going crazy. Now, let me tell you why. So if you follow my channel, a couple weeks ago I did a video on motorcycle upgrades. I'll actually leave that in the description and at the end of this video. And I talk about, really, is it worth spending all the money on your motorcycle and then at the end of the day trading it in? Now, a lot of folks made some awesome comments on that, and I agree with them. And one of the things that I was talking about was I'm not trading my motorcycle in because I love my 2018 Ultra Limited Big Mama. And then I'm like, I think I'm done with the upgrades. But since that video, I got something in mind. You need to talk me out of it. So one of the things that inspired me to do that video was that I was on a ride with a couple of buddies in the Allegheny Mountains in Pennsylvania a month or so back. Boy, time flies, doesn't it, guys? And you know, one of the guys had a Stage 3 kit, Bronco ride, on his Street Glide. And first of all, I love the Street Glide. Those of you that know me, I used to have a 16 Street Glide Special until I traded that in for this bike, an Ultra Limited. And first of all, I love the look at it. Now, he has that heavy breather on the side, which I'm not thinking is right for me or this bike, but it looks super cool. And again, he's had a full Stage 3. Now, let me say, I am not an expert on all of the stage kits. I think I can talk through them and explain them, but I am by far not an expert on it, right? So, I thought, man, that really looks cool. Now, for me, I just have Vance and Hines slip-ons on this motorcycle right now. Notice how I say right now, which is which are our Eliminator 400s. And they have done what I wanted them to do. They give me a little sound. So I like them, happy with them, right? So after we were riding a little bit, one thing I noticed in Bronco rides, riding around with him was, because he was in front of me a lot, is, man, this guy could get after it. And he could really get it after it, you know, when accelerating. Now, at first I'm just like, hey, he's an aggressive rider, and which he's really not, and I'm not, so maybe that's it. But you know what? A lot of it actually is some of the upgrades. Now, he's told me, hey, I should have rode his bike, and I didn't, but I appreciate that as we ride through a hill. That would be the Hill Saloon right there, folks. Motorcycles are out. But you know, the more and more I ride this bike, the more and more I would like to get maybe a little more performance out of it. So, and I'm sure there's folks that can leave some stuff in the comments that will kind of help me, because that's really what I'm looking for. So, my first thoughts, and I rode over to the dealership and just said, okay, guys, hey, I'm thinking of doing, because I'm still in warranty, thinking about doing finishing my Stage 1, right? So, in my mind, I'm picking out what I want from air side and looking at the tuners and kind of getting all the pricing in my mind. And so I'm there, so I go over to the service desk and I said, hey, you know, what will you charge me to put this in? Then the guy came back, he goes, you know, roughly it's about around $400. Now, I am sure that I could probably do a Stage 1 with not a lot of problems, but I'm still under warranty. I'm just like, yeah, okay. So I'm like, I'm going to think about it. Now, I went to the dealership that I bought my motorcycle at, my 16 Street Glide Special, so I still get a 15% discount, right? And yes, I made a last-minute decision to go this way, on parts. So I'm like, okay, man, it's pretty significant once once you're up $500-600, hey, you're saving $7,500, right? It's a pretty big deal. So, of course, I'm sitting and thinking on it, and then all of a sudden I'm talking to Bronco Ride, and he's like, dude, why don't you do the Stage 3? Now, I will tell you that the Stage 3 is a little bit pricey, more than I want to really spend right now. But then I'm like, well, maybe I'll just do a Stage 2, right? So air, slip-ons, a tune, and cams, right? For me, it would be torque cam. And then I'm like, huh. And then I'm kind of working the numbers. I'm like, okay, that's about $1,000 in parts. I'm probably going to have to get this installed. And then I'm like, did I not just do a video on not doing this? But I am. Now, I guess they say with the Stage 1, the performance is, 10% better. And Stage 2, I don't know if it's 30 or 20 or whatever it is, right? But at the end of the day, I would like a little more torque at the lower range. And a little bit while passing, right? And I guess I could go right to the Stage 3. But I'm like, I don't know that I want to do that. So I'm like, how did I go from making a video on not doing anything, keeping the bike how it is, to now all of a sudden, I am talking about doing a Stage 2 and a Stage 3. So if you happen to have a Harley Davidson you've done these Stage Kits to, if you can kind of give me your take on, hey, has it really been worth it or not? Hey, is this motorcycle fine how it is? Absolutely, it's fine how it is, right? But I would like a little bit more power. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about doing. But I guess the key in all of this is don't make a video on something that you may ultimately end up going and doing. So let me know, folks, if you have made modifications to your motorcycle. And, past that, let's assume that you are going to keep your motorcycle, right? You are not going to trade it in. What have you done from a performance perspective as far as the bike? And then, hey, was it worth it or was it not worth it? So, all right, folks, this is a short one, but really wanted to get your feedback, and I would love it if you would leave some comments while I check out this park. Alrighty, folks. This is Bodine52. Hey, be safe on and off the motorcycle. There's a lot going on in the world right now. Stay positive, stay safe, do the damn right thing. Bye-bye.